Today I decided to take my family to see the film Wicked. So first off, Wicked is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, visually this thing is an absolute knockout. The cinematography, the set designs, the costumes, and of course the performances, everybody was on their A game. There's no denying that. You can tell that there's been so much love and care poured into this production. So with all that being said, you probably think I walked out of that movie loving this movie, right? Well, not quite. All right, here's the thing. I left this theater feeling very conflicted. First of all, this movie only tells half the story. This is something I did not know going into this movie. When I saw the title screen Wicked and then it said part one immediately after, I rolled my eyes so hard I'm pretty sure I had an aneurysm. I did not know this. And from the trailers that I saw, it was never advertised as part one. Honestly, it's really hard to judge a movie when you don't have the full arc of the characters or the resolution of the narrative. Most of the emotional weight in this film is tied to Elphaba, who's labeled as evil but portrayed in a way that makes you sympathize with her. Usually that could be a pretty fascinating angle, but without seeing her full journey play out in the end, it's tough to appreciate the full depth of the story. It's like being served this amazing appetizer, but then being told that your main course won't be ready until next year. Now let's talk about the music. Now I actually never had the chance to see the play Wicked, and I never read the book, and I don't know any of the music. So I really have no stake in this film, whether it's going to be good or not. I have nothing really to compare it to. Now, from a technical perspective, the performances, the singing, the choreography, A plus. But and here's a very big but. If you're not already a fan of these songs, they may not hit as hard. For me, while I can admire the talent that's on display, the music did not resonate with me emotionally. I had zero expectations going into this movie. I was excited to see it. My family was very excited to see it. And I was just hoping for some good, catchy songs that I might find myself singing to maybe on the drive back home. And honestly, I don't remember a single song. Another thing that threw me off a little bit was the tone of this film. I looked over at my wife while we were watching the movie and I said, I feel like I'm watching Mean Girls and it's taking place in Hogwarts. Funny enough, we did watch a review later when we got home and somebody said the same exact thing. Now, the thought of that mashup in theory sounds kind of fun, but it just made the film feel a little bit uneven for me. And honestly, with the runtime of this film, everything felt a little bit bloated. There is so much packed into this film, and honestly, I feel like this could have worked better for me as two shorter, tighter films, or even just one well-paced feature. It did say that the actual stage production is about 3 hours, and apparently where this film ended is where the intermission is for the actual theater production. In theory, when you do have more time, technically you can expand a lot more on the characters. So again, I've never seen the play. I don't know how much more they added that would have benefited us, or if it was even really needed. If you are able to tell the full story within those 3 hours, then why not just do the same with this movie? And as much as I may love polished productions, I think Wicked might have overdone it a little bit. It's so meticulously crafted that I feel that it loses some of that rawness that musicals do tend to have. I feel like the heart of the story gets buried underneath all the spectacle. So where does that leave me? Like I said, I was really conflicted when I left the theater. I liked Wicked, but I didn't love it. But I also feel like I can't actually rate it until I see the entire thing play out. For me, it was a mixed bag, but I'm sure for the hardcore fans, they absolutely loved it, and rightfully so. I am holding out hope that part two will bring that resolution and emotional payoff that this film deserves. But until then, I'm as torn as Elphaba herself. What about you? Have you seen Wicked yet? Did it meet your expectations, or are you feeling a little bit conflicted like I am? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, and I would love to hear from some people that are actually fans of the stage production and have read the books and really get their insight as to how they felt watching this movie. Because like I said, for somebody like myself who knew nothing of this film, nothing of the actual story, I really had no expectations, and I did enjoy it, but I guess I wanted more, and I wanted a resolution then and there, and the whole part one thing really did throw me off. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already for more reviews, rants, and whatever else I do on this channel. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you on the next one.